Yeah, so looking forward to hearing a little bit about kind of the growth of Blaze. I think the last time I spoke with you guys was the beginning of the pandemic. I think I did I did a story on how pizza is faring during the pandemic, since it was kind of the darling of 2020. But
Exactly.
we haven't really caught up since then. So I would love to talk about how Blaze has kind of grown as a company since last year, just to kick it off.
Yeah, well, actually, it's been exciting year. I mean, we came out of COVID. Of course, we're still sort of in the midst of will this thing ever really be over? And interestingly, I think what's happened is that people are seeking some of the things that they know to be true. Pizza is one of those, right? It is sort of the consummate comfort food. It's sort of a circle of warmth and belonging and care. And so we couldn't be happier to be in the space that we're in. We seem to be having a great deal of interest in the brand as we have over the course of the last 9 years. And we really couldn't be more bullish about the future of where we're going.
Okay, but now I really want a T-shirt that says "Pizza. This much I know is true." A little bit of a Lala Lamb reference.
Fantastic.
So could you tell me a bit about what your growth strategy has been and what it kind of will be moving forward?
Yeah, so we've set ourselves on a roadmap for growth that includes a series of different initiatives to make sure that we're being, I guess I would say, true to the brand. Meaning that if our brand promise is to allow people to be free to be themselves, to be you, well, then that means that certainly for our guests and our franchisees and our restaurant teams, it means to bring your individuality to the experience. So what we try to do is to make sure that every experience is different, maybe magical, maybe a great moment in time, but an opportunity to really do something different every time you come to Blaze. You can get dine in, carry out, delivery, drive up lane, curbside, etc. You can make that pizza however you'd like to make it. And I think today, given how restricted we feel in today's world, that at least having sort of control over the food that I eat and the way that I choose to make it is in some way empowering. There is a sense of freedom to that I think we as, I guess, humans are probably striving for a little bit right now.
Mm-hmm. And congratulations on your latest franchise agreements. So what are you guys looking for in franchisees?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you from a development perspective, we're looking to penetrate the markets that we're in. And so when you say, hey, I see that you've opened up a couple of different development deals in California, well, that's intentional. We want to gain market presence. We want to penetrate the markets we're in. We want to make sure that we can continue to build brand loyalty and awareness. And then very selectively find the places where we can expand both depth and breadth of the brand, find places where we know the brand will be successful. And oh, by the way, that includes everywhere from Southern California to Alaska. We just inked a deal up there that we're awfully excited about as well. And it just gives us an opportunity to bring this brand to a lot of different parts of this country. I'm originally from Nebraska. There's one in my college town. And I think that speaks volumes for people everywhere like really good pizza. And that's what Blaze represents, really great pizza.
And I know that you are kind of focusing a lot on that California area, but are you looking to kind of expand to any new markets moving forward, or?
Yeah, we have a lot of growth going on. I'll tell you, this brand is coming up on its 10 years and it's as vibrant and exciting and exhilarating as it was 10 years ago. We're stretching out into new places from urban to suburban to more rural areas. We've got penetration going on in Florida, of course, but what I think I'm probably most pleased with is how when we go to a market where we haven't been before, just the acceptance of fast casual pizza, something different than the big box pizza places, where people can really enjoy a really great pizza, chef inspired, culinary driven, delivered consistently in a great way.
Mm-hmm. And congratulations on the anniversary coming up. That's really exciting.
It is very exciting. It seems like a decade, I'm sure, flies by when you go from 3 to 30 to 300 to on our way to, I don't know, if I say a number, you'll quote me on it, but some big number out there is awaiting this Blaze Pizza brand. And so I think as we grow, it's important for us to stay true to the essence of the brand, to make sure that certainly we represent great pizza, but frankly, great pizza isn't enough anymore. The experience inside of our restaurants, the experience when people get our pizza delivered, has to be consistent. It has to be something that people trust. And people are looking for, I think, in a great pizza, an opportunity to bring family together, to bring friends together. And so we love being a part of that at the table. We love being a part of that at a party. We love being a part of that in our restaurants because we know that we're bringing people together. We're celebrating over a wonderful pizza. And most importantly, we're giving people, as I said before, the freedom to be themselves, the freedom to be their best you.
And I think it's so interesting that you mentioned kind of that fast casual pizza has been doing better, because I feel like, 5-10 years ago or more, you might think like, well, I pretty much have my mom and pop pizzeria on my corner, or I have Domino's, that kind of just,
Yeah.
and there's like not much, there was so much white space in between. And so like, and I know that during the pandemic, some fast casual pizza was a little bit more challenged than quick service, just because there wasn't as much of that kind of delivery kind of built into everyone's brains. So how did you guys approach those challenges, and what have you learned from them?
Well, I'll tell you, I think what we've learned, if you think about value, in my opinion, equals experience over price. The pizza business has oftentimes been defined in a price-driven environment. At Blaze Pizza, we seek to expand the size of the numerator, right? The depth of the experience. And so when you think about what's happened during COVID, I think making sure that that experience is delivered, again, accurately, great pizza with a smile in a consistent fashion. If you think about sort of the way in which I think fast casual has had to embrace delivery, curbside, all of the sort of digital components, it's actually very exciting. We just launched a new mobile app a couple of days ago. We have all kinds of 5 stars raining down on us right now, and we're really appreciative of what that app is doing for us, because it does this. When you walk through a Blaze Pizza, of course, you have all of that color of our vegetables and our meats and our sauces and our crust. And it's a visual, enlightening experience, right? There's sort of a moment where I feel like I'm making a pizza with someone, right? And before it gets fast fired into that oven and comes out and it sort of goes on what we call the expo station, where we're finishing and putting a little bit of showmanship on it. We're trying to do much that same thing with our mobile app. Instead of checking boxes, you're looking at all of our veggies and everything in beautiful colors. We've tried to imitate the way in which you go through our restaurant, much the same way you go through our app. And so trying to remind the guest in the digital environment what they love about the Blaze Pizza brand, remembering to come back and go inside of our restaurants often as well, but knowing that either one of those experiences is going to be equally great.
And that digital footprint is so important, because I think that, you realize that that digital has just become so crucial at
Yeah.
this time, and that if you're not playing well in that field, then you're not succeeding.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, and then I think oftentimes we think about building loyalty inside of loyalty apps and all of that. Sometimes we forget about that the greatest way to build loyalty is in a restaurant, consistently delivering the experience. And so we've really tried hard to work with our franchisees and our restaurant team members to embrace that guest who's coming in to pick up delivery or carry out, or even for that matter, our DoorDash or Postmates or Grubhub driver. Treat them the same way you would treat a guest sitting at one of our tables. Engage with them, smile, say hello, talk to them a little bit, make, again, that moment just a little bit better. So I think our competitive advantage being in the fast casual space is it gives us an opportunity to bring that casual, approaching sort of relationship with guests, different than I think the way a lot of other mobile app sort of driven competitors might be doing.
Mm-hmm. And so moving forward, how will your innovation strategy kind of match and grow with your expansion strategy?
Yeah, I think as we're growing, I think it's important to remain nimble, to not bite at every new digital thing that comes our way, to be selective when we choose to engage with technology so that we know that it's the right thing for our guests, the right thing for our franchisees, and certainly for our team members. Technology is moving at a million miles an hour, it seems. And sometimes as a brand, when you're growing quickly like we are, it's important to make sure that whatever we do from a technology perspective is not only on brand, but it's the right thing at the right time with the right solution. And so there's a million ways you can go with technology today. We're trying to be very purposeful to make sure that whatever we do It either adds value to the experience or gives us a point of differentiation or competitive advantage.